Hello and welcome back. This is another Algebra 1 video, and in this video we're going to be focusing on reviewing how to solve one-step inequalities. Okay, here is the first one we're going to do together, and the reason I say review is because most likely you have explored this concept in previous grade levels or in your pre-algebra classes. But we are going to start, or in Algebra 1, you do expand your learning on this. So we are going to review how to do this because it may have been a while since you've done so. Okay, so here is our first one. We're going to take the inequality of j plus 5 is less than 8, and we're going to solve for it. We're going to solve for j. So the difference between this and equations is we don't have an equal sign. We have a symbol that is less than. We need to carry that symbol into our solution for this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line straight down here underneath the symbol so that I know I'm going to go ahead and carry down the symbol, and then I don't have to think about it while I'm solving it because it must be part of the solution. So the thing I need to check before I carry down the symbol is whether the variable is being multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, the j right here is not being multiplied or divided by a negative number. So what that means is I can just bring down the symbol just the way it is in the original inequality. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of apply my skills in solving equations to the inequality, which means I need to move the 5 away from the j to the other side so j is by itself. To move it across the line, what I have to do is the opposite to both sides. So the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that from both sides. Then I'm just going to bring down the j right here. A positive 5 minus 5 is 0, so that's going to get canceled or zeroed out. And on the other side, 8 minus 5 is 3. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down. So this is the solution, that j is less than 3, which means we don't know exactly what j is, but we know it is a number less than 3. So that could be 1, that could be 2, that could be anything in the negatives. J is less than 3. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to solve the inequality for f, and the inequality is 3f is less than or equal to 9. So first, I know that I'm going to need to bring down the symbol. That way I don't accidentally put equals, as I do when I'm solving equations. Now I need to look and check and see if the variable is being multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, it is not. It's being multiplied by 3, but 3 is positive. So we are going to go ahead and keep that symbol exactly the way it is. Now that means I need to get the 3 away from the f, and the opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. So I'm going to do that to both sides. Right here on the left, those cancel out because 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 1 times f is just f. So those cancels out, and then I've got f over here, and I'm just going to bring that down. On the other side, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So here is my final solution. F is less than or equal to 3. Okay, here's our next example. This is h divided by negative 1 is less than or equal to 2. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this because I like it when the fractions or whenever things are written as a fraction to have the numerator directly on top of the denominator. So this is h divided by negative 1 is less than or equal to 2. So again, I'm going to have to decide which symbol this inequality is going to have as part of its solution. I need to check and see if the variable is being multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, it is. It's being divided by negative 1. So that means I need to flip the symbol around. So that's why I do this first, so that I can go ahead and determine which symbol will be in my solution, and then I don't have to worry about it. Now, h being divided by negative 1, the opposite would be to multiply it by negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply this side by negative 1 and multiply this side by negative 1. What happens is on the left, any number times something and then divided by that same number is right back to that original number. So these actually cancel, and I can bring down the h. On the other side, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So here's my final solution. H is greater than or equal to negative 2. Okay, here is my next one. It's negative 8 is greater than or equal to k minus 17. So I'm going to go ahead and put a line underneath the symbol, and check and see if k is being multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, it is not. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring down the symbol exactly as it is in the original inequality. So now I need to get that minus 17 away from k, so I can get k by itself. The opposite of subtracting 17 is to add 17. So that's what I'm going to do to both sides here. Then I'm going to bring down the k, and then these are going to cancel out because negative 17 and positive 17 is 0. On the other side, I have negative 8 added to 17. So if you remember back to your adding integers rules, this means that I keep the sign of the bigger number, which is 17, and then I subtract the 8. So that's going to be positive 9. So this solution would be 9 is greater than or equal to k. Now, if you like to have your variable on the left, you can go ahead and switch it. You just have to make sure that the symbol is open to the same thing. So if I want to put k here and 9 here instead, I just have to make sure that the symbol opens to the 9, just like it does in the original solution. So that means it would end up looking like this. K is less than or equal to 9. So both of these expressions or solutions are equivalent to each other. Okay, here is our final example for today's video. This is p minus 55 is less than or equal to 9. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that line down here, and I'm going to check to see if p is being multiplied or divided by a negative number. In this case, it is not, so I can keep that symbol the same and bring it down. Now I need to get the 55 away from the p. The opposite of subtracting 55 is to add 55 to both sides, so that this is going to cancel out and I can bring down the p. Then I have to do 9 plus 55. So my trick for adding 9s in my head is to add 10 and then take away 1. So adding 10 to 55 would be 65, and then taking 1 away would be 64. So the final solution for this should be p is less than or equal to 64. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video very soon.